large organizations could really leverage their alumni for, for the great ideas that they can work on. But I still feel that sometimes today, with all the startup ecosystem and organizations looking more smaller, leaner, and they no longer do we see only the big names, right? You see smaller organizations with a lot of growth opportunities, etc. And still, the way talent is perceived in a large vis-a-vis a small organization is going to be much different. Any just quick thoughts on how should smaller organizations look? I mean, they're not going to have, first and foremost, they may not have immediately the best of talent, though some have, but not all their people would be best of talent. They'll get in people and then start developing them to kind of match their growth aspirations. But still, how can talent be looked at in a holistic way in smaller organizations as they move into the future, Nidhi?
I think it is important that smaller organizations, so there are two things actually, Shripriya. One, a lot of the smaller organizations and the startup ecosystem that we're talking about is actually not short of talent, because we know and we've seen with the whole great resignation that we all sort of experienced in the last couple of years. We've seen that the whole startup ecosystem actually disrupted the market to a great extent. And there were entrepreneurial opportunities that they were providing, and there was this accelerated growth that they were providing along with great rewards. And therefore, you had a situation where every organization possibly was actually hit by very high levels of attrition. And I think over a period of time that has sort of stabilized. It's also because of the way the economy has evolved and the whole recession that we've kind of seen and experienced in the West. I think in smaller organizations, there are clearly aspects that need to be focused on. So let me pick up a startup, so to say, calling a startup a smaller organization. They are really just setting up. Yes. It's very important to get the right people, and it's extremely important to be able to create and build the culture that you would like your organization to have. It is a smaller organization. It is an organization which cannot, which will not have so many subcultures, so to say. Extremely important that you're getting the right talent in. You have the right processes, practices in place to make sure that the cultural aspirations that you have for your organization, you're moving in the right direction. I think extremely important, again, for these organizations to focus on, while a lot of people who come into these organizations come with the right technical skills, extremely important to look at building behavioral and softer skills, which is something that will go a long way in really making sure that they are sort of developing into well-rounded professionals. Unlike a large organization where you will always have people at different levels of maturity, different stages in their professional careers, it would be very different for a smaller organization. So I think these 3-4 aspects talent needs to focus on, along obviously with the founders and with the leadership. Yes.
Wonderful.